We're in George, Iowa on the Valent Talking Shop Tour, and we're talking with Dick Groen, who is in agronomy sales with United Farmers Co-op. Dick, talk about the weed management problems that you face in this part of the country.
Well, the last number of years, I guess we've been seeing an increasing tolerance to glyphosate as far as like water hemp and lamb's quarter, probably the two major weed concerns that we address at this time. It seems like over the years we've had to increase rates and uh, tank mix with the glyphosate in order to control the weeds that we used to be able to control with a single shot of glyphosate.
So you're seeing more resistance to glyphosate all along?
Yes, it's been slowly getting worse. I don't know if it's true resistance or just a higher tolerance to the glyphosate, but it definitely become more problematic over the last 5 years.
So growers are having to uh, look at some different methods to control these weeds. What are you recommending to them?
Uh, Probably the biggest recommendation that we've promoted is getting a full rate of a pre-plant out. Um, Either a pre-plant or a pre-emergent application to get a good foundation product out to help keep the weed flushes down and to kill a lot of those problematic weeds right at germination rather than trying to control them post-applied.
So talk to me about pre-emergence herbicides and why you think they're valuable.
Well, the biggest thing is, as I mentioned before, the easiest way to stop a lot of these weeds is to kill them right at germination rather than letting them get established. Another benefit we see from it by getting a pre-emergent application out, the weed density at post-application is a lot less, so we don't have the dense patches, which can cause some coverage problems as far as trying to kill them post-applied. The other thing is you get a good clean start out in the field and a lot less competition on the early growing crop.
Do you still see some user resistance when it comes to using a pre-emergence herbicide?
There is some. Seems like some guys bought into the glyphosate only thing. As a company, I guess we have stuck with promoting pre-plants and getting multiple modes of action out there. I think the last several years in particular, a lot of the guys are really starting to see the value of getting that pre-plant and multiple modes of action out in the field and are coming around to going with a pre-emergent or pre-plant herbicide application.
How long should growers expect control from a pre-emergence residual herbicide?
Uh, Ideally, we like to try to get close to canopy, probably 8 to 10 weeks. That's one of the reasons we went rather than the lower rate setup rates that we used to use on glyphosate. We're going back more to the full rates of the pre-emergent applications to try and stretch that window out as long as we can.
Well, Dick, as we look back on 2013, what did you learn, or what did the growers learn in 2013 as far as looking into this next year? Then,
I think one of the things we learned last year as far as the value of the residual products is some of the crop didn't canopy as early as what it normally does, and those fields that had the residual products on them stayed cleaner longer and didn't have as many late germinating weeds to contend with late in the season.